Hey, curious explorers! Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered what they're made of? Or watched a tiny seed grow into a giant tree and thought, how does it do that? If you've ever asked why, or how about the world around you, then guess what? You're already thinking like a scientist. So, what exactly is science? It sounds like a big, complicated word, but it's really simple and super fun. Science is our way of exploring, understanding, and explaining everything in the universe. It's like being a detective, but instead of solving mysteries in a storybook, we're solving the real-life mysteries of nature. It's all about being curious, asking questions, and then finding the answers through observation and experiments. Think about it. Why does a ball fall down when you drop it instead of floating up? Why do we have day and night? How do birds fly? These are all questions that scientists have asked and found answers to. Science isn't just something that happens in a lab with bubbling potions, although that can be part of it. It's everywhere. It's in the kitchen when you bake a cake and watch the ingredients transform. It's in the park when you see a rainbow after it rains. It's even in your own body, with your heart beating and your lungs breathing. The amazing thing about science is that it's a giant adventure of discovery. It's built on one simple idea. Let's find out. To do this, scientists use a special method. It's called the scientific method, and you can use it too. It starts with a question, like which paper airplane design will fly the farthest. Next, you make a guess. In science, we call this a hypothesis. Maybe you think the plane with longer wings will fly farther. A hypothesis is just your best, most educated guess based on what you already know. It's your prediction of what will happen. Then comes the most exciting part. The experiment. This is where you test your guess. You could make a few different paper airplanes, one with long wings, one with short wings, maybe one with a pointy nose. Then you throw each one a few times and measure how far they go. It's important to be fair, so you should try to throw them with the same force each time and from the same starting line. While you're testing, you need to be a good observer. That means you watch carefully and write down what happens. This is called collecting data. You could make a chart to keep track of how many feet or steps each plane flew. Data is just information, and it's super important for figuring out the answer to your question. After you've done your tests and collected all your data, you look at it and analyze it. Did the plane with the long wings really fly the farthest? Or did another design surprise you? This is where you figure out what your results are telling you. Maybe your hypothesis was right, or maybe it was wrong. And that's perfectly okay. In fact, scientists are often wrong, and that's how they learn even more. Finding out that your guess was wrong is just as important as finding out it was right, because it leads you to ask new questions. Finally, you share what you found. You can tell your friends, your family, or your teacher about your paper airplane experiment. You can explain your question, your guess, your experiment, and what you discovered. This is how science grows. When scientists share their discoveries, other scientists can learn from them and even try the experiments themselves, or come up with new ones. It's like a huge team of detectives all working together across the whole world. Science is divided into many different fields, kind of like a library has different sections for different types of books. There's biology, which is the study of living things. Biologists study everything from the tiniest bacteria to giant blue whales. They help us understand how plants grow, how animals live, and how our own bodies work. If you love animals and nature, you might love biology. Then there's chemistry, the science of stuff. Chemists study what things are made of all. The little building blocks called atoms and molecules, and how they can change and combine to make new things. Cooking is a great example of chemistry in action. When you bake a cake, you're a chemist mixing ingredients to create a delicious chemical reaction. And let's not forget physics. Physics is the study of energy and motion. Physicists ask questions like, what is gravity? And how does light travel? They study everything from planets and stars to electricity and magnets. When you ride a bike, play on a swing, or even just turn on a light, you're experiencing the laws of physics. There's also geology, the study of our planet Earth. Geologists are like Earth detectives. They study rocks, fossils, volcanoes, and earthquakes to understand our planet's history and how it was formed. They help us find important resources and understand how to take care of our home. And of course, there's astronomy, the study of space. Astronomers use powerful telescopes to look at stars, planets, galaxies, and all the incredible things far beyond our world. They help us understand our place in the vast universe. All these different types of science are connected. A biologist studying dolphins might need to understand the physics of how sound travels underwater to learn how they communicate. An astronomer studying a distant planet needs chemistry to figure out what its atmosphere is made of. Science is one big, interconnected puzzle. The best part about science for kids is that you do want to need a fancy lab to be a scientist. Your backyard can be your lab. Your kitchen can be your lab. You can start right now. Go outside and observe an ant. Where is it going? What is it carrying? Plant a bean in a cup and watch it sprout. What does it need to grow? Look at the clouds. Why do they have different shapes? Every question you ask is the beginning of a scientific journey. Don't be afraid to experiment with your parents' permission. Of course, try mixing colors to see what new colors you can make. Build a tower out of blocks and see how high you can make it. Before it falls, test which objects float and which ones sink in the bathtub. Science is all about curiosity, creativity, and the courage to ask questions and seek answers. It teaches us to think critically, to solve problems, and to not be afraid of making mistakes. Every great scientist, from Isaac Newton, who wondered why an apple fell from a tree, to Marie Curie, who discovered new elements, started out as a curious kid who's like you. So keep asking why. Keep wondering how. Keep exploring the world with wide open eyes. The universe is full of amazing secrets just waiting to be discovered, and you have the most powerful tool to uncover them, your amazing, curious brain. Who knows, You might be the one to discover a new star, find a cure for a disease, or invent something that changes the world. The adventure of science is just getting started. Thanks so much for exploring with us today. We hope you're excited to start your own scientific investigations. Don't forget to hit that like button if you had fun, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome adventures into the world of science. Until next time, stay curious.